Hey everyone, welcome, welcome, welcome.
Good evening, good morning, good afternoon. Let me just grab the link and share this out with everyone. So, copy that. Have we got anyone in there yet, or are we still?
No, we're just all by ourselves. Got a
Problem?
couple now. Hey, welcome Sam, welcome Crypto Boy. Hello Haroon. Hi.
Okay, right. Signal's out, so with a bit of luck, we'll have some more people joining us very shortly. Let's retweet that as well. Okay, who we got? Sam, Crypto Ball, Haroon, Christian. How you doing?
Hey David. Hey Christian.
Pardon.
Also known as Crypto Jesus in our chat. So I think I'm a little bit echoey tonight. I'm in the dungeon again. So yeah, I'll be upstairs as of next week, getting my internet all fixed up.
Excellent. How's everyone's week been? Have we been getting profits? Been an astonishing week. Did anyone who's not in the paid group manage to get onto Lisa's free call with C98? Because that was huge.
It was massive. So how's Hotel de Quarantine, Josh?
How's it going? I've lost track of times, days, and everything. Yeah, just eager to get out and get some fresh air and see Melbourne, so long as it's not in lockdown for too much longer.
Hi, Yichian. It's nice to see you from the USA. Hey, Gabby. Hey, Sam. Hey, Vicky. Hey, Kettle. And Massimo and the original Brutal Massacre. What a name. What a name. So, Miracle Freddy, Five Cards Lane.
Yeah, Five Cars Lane, Trudy here, Max Story
I can't
confirmed.
picture that. So, yeah. Hello, everyone. So let's jump into some Bitcoin. That's what you're all here. You're not here for me to say hello. So here I am being all delusional and stuff. So here we go. So this is an hourly chart on Bitcoin. So we've got this channel, which is a bit exciting. We've been trading in this. And within the channel, we've got a rising wedge. So we've just got a little bit of room to move in this rising wedge. We're coming down to retest these MAs again. So we're retesting the 50 MA at the moment. Normally the 50 MA is not really one that holds. So normally we'll come down and we'll retest 100. So I've got the 50 on the chart because so many people are obsessed with it. I don't think it makes a difference. I honestly don't. So yeah, so we've got a small correction happening at the moment and we should continue up. So we should retest this wedge that we've got, the wedge resistance. I think we'll probably break down. We'll continue sort of heading kind of sideways for a little bit. I think we're going to 50K at this point. And at 50K, we'll probably come down and retest the bottom of the channel before we head up. So, we do have a lot of volume coming into the market, but I think we just need to keep retesting, and just to make sure that we've got support. So this is the BLX. So, if we're pulling back on that channel, we'll probably come back if we can hold this region, 46, the 46 region, then, that's beautiful and we're going up. Now, the BLX, so this is the brand new coin. So this is the liquid index for Bitcoin. This goes back way back to the beginning of time. So it's the only chart that has all the Bitcoin data. So this is the chart that at the start of COVID last year that I pulled back and I stripped down and I counted all the waves from the beginning of time to know where we are in this cycle. So right now we've broken this resistance and we've come back and we've retested it. So this is a weekly chart. We can see that we've broken the resistance. We've come down and retested, and we're just about to get across on the EMAs on the weekly. So this is huge. So, we've still got room to retest these sort of, just pullback waves. But, as long as we hold above this region here, this is good to go. So, it's looking really good to sort of head up. And we don't have much resistance in this region. So, we've got a little bit of horizontal resistance in this point here, but, horizontal resistance is not that bad. The diagonals where we've got several points where it's rejected is the areas that we need to watch. So, we've got quite a bit of, so this was the third attempt and we broke out. So that's a really good indicator. Normally it's a fourth attempt that we break out, but we're already out of the third attempt. So Bitcoin's really strong at the moment. And we've just had another tether print. So, that usually means, not always, usually means we're heading up. It's not illegal to market make. If you've been watching me for a long time, I've talked about that for quite some time. So the exchanges take loans, they buy and they sell Bitcoin, and that's how the market gets its liquidity, basically. And through that and through futures. So we have a lot of future contracts that are releasing due to the fact that early in the year we had, this sort of market again. So we had this very, very bullish market where a lot of big investors were buying futures. And they were taking 6 monthly options. So they are coming out back into the market now. And so a lot of those at the time were shorts. Now shorts release long. So that should continue the market buoyancy and continue the waves heading up and continue our bullishness. So especially with that $1 billion that's coming to the market as well. So all in all, it's looking really, really good and really strong for Bitcoin at the moment. So obviously 50,000 is a psychological region and we need to break that. And then once we get that, we need to, head up to the all-time high. There's going to be a lot of resistance in that region, just due to the fact traders, psychologically put a lot of sell orders in that region. So once they clear, then, it can head up. And we saw a lot throughout this run that, when we were getting those large sell orders, the whales were just pushing it up through and just killing the short. So I anticipate that will continue to happen. But also, obviously, we're in a bullish cycle again. And you do need to be ultra careful if you are leverage trading in these regions, just due to the fact that the exchanges do take the waves down very quickly. And, that's their liquidity grab. So it's another way of getting liquidity back into the market and moving Bitcoin. So, so just be careful if you are leverage trading, especially high leverage trading on Bitcoin. So, yeah.
Cool.
Any questions?
Any questions on Bitcoin? And do throw your coins in. We're going to try and get some charts at the end. We've got quite a shorter session tonight because we've got BitDia later on, which we will talk about towards the end of the program. But yes, any coins you have that you want to see charted, we will pick a few. So pop them in. Yeah,
make sure you pop them in, and we'll see what we get to.
Cool. We've got Huobi in the chat, which is awesome.
Yay! Always good to have them in the chat. So hi.
Yeah.
So long-term supporter of mine. They've been amazing. So yeah. So I'm coming up to 100,000 on Twitter, which is really exciting. So so much support from you guys, and it's awesome. So thank you. I do appreciate you all. So let's get into Ethereum. So obviously Ethereum's in a very similar pattern to Bitcoin, but it's in more of a channel than a wedge. We are under this sort of resistance at the moment, which is forming a wedge. But this type of wedge predominantly breaks up, not down. So it's more of a rising sort of corrective pattern. And, it's consolidating. We're holding all the key sort of indicators, the MAs, the EMAs, and, really, really looking good in this channel. So when we look at the Ethereum BTC pair, we can see how much strength it has in comparison to Bitcoin. So obviously, we see that Ethereum was going up earlier today, and so was the chart pattern on this one. But as soon as Bitcoin started to take off, we see that Ethereum pulled back. So this is the seesaw effect that we get with the pairing. So obviously USDT doesn't have that because USDT is a stable coin. BTC's a fluctuating coin, so it has this effect when it goes up, Ethereum goes down, and Ethereum goes up, Bitcoin goes down. So this is how the pair works. So obviously when they're fairly sort of stable together, it just continues sideways. So we held the low on this ABCD. So this is looking good overall for Ethereum to start sort of moving. So if I was going to put some waves on this, I would look, unless we've got into an additional corrective pattern, we're going to be looking something like this, and we should just break the high in this region. So that's kind of what we're looking at. And if this goes into an extended corrective pattern, we won't break the high here, and we'll come back down and retest. So we'll go into what is called a WXY pattern, and that can just extend a little bit longer. But Ethereum is looking really, really strong since EIP 1559, and we've got heaps of Ethereum that's getting burnt, especially from Axie, and Sushi is from those two networks. So much Ethereum fees being burnt up. So, and I think overall, like, it's the most like money that's ever been. It's just like throwing money in the air and setting it on fire, basically.
Okay. Excellent. Bjorn's got a great question in there. Actually, he says September is usually a bit of a bad month. Do we expect something similar this year?
Well, this is the thing. So, people sort of look at months and they go, well, May's predominantly if we look at May, and it's like go away in May, and, so in the last few Mays we've had, this May was sort of half, but the previous May in 2020 was like epically huge. Like if you had have gone down that sort of scenario where you went away in May, you would have, we went from, I think it was like 10,000 to 20,000 in that month. So, you would have lost out on a lot of profits. I sort of don't look at that. What I look at is, how the market's going, what coins, where they're at in pattern. It doesn't sort of worry me whether it's May, September, October, December, because, obviously around Christmas time, we do get that sort of sell-off because, people sort of go on holidays. Not so much last year because obviously Corona. We may not get a sell-off again this year because of Corona. Nobody can travel. So it's kind of hard to sort of determine whether, it's just a thing that used to happen and now it's different because we've got different sort of a stage like of where we are in the world. So yeah, it's one step at a time, basically.
Cool.
That was a long answer for it.
It's reassuring though. That's the main thing.
Yeah.
A huge amount of coin requests, and this just goes to show how many coins are in the market, because I think nearly everyone's got a different request here. I saw Alice pop up. Let's see how she's doing. Obviously XRP has been XRP
has been such a powerhouse at the moment. So This is Alice. So Alice to me is almost completed this correction. So we've come down, we've got the A, we're probably in the first wave of this fifth wave. So, and coming down and almost finish this correction. So we should start to move with Alice, you know, over the next few days. It's looking really good. So the RSI has stayed fairly neutral. We're not going into really, really oversold territory. You know, we should start, we've got the volume is starting to curl, which is a good sign that we've got momentum and we've got the money flow starting to come back in. So that's something to look at as well. So you'll see when we've come down on these regions, we're quite stable, and then we sort of swoop up with this, the volume here. So that's a good indicator that the coin's about to move. So you can see that we've started to get a little bit of volume. We get a little bit of a lull because that's our corrective period, and then we get the more volume coming in. So again, we've got that lull, which is this corrective period that we're in here, and we should start when we start to see some volume coming in. Perfect time to jump into this because it's, you know, still got a long way to go in this pattern. So, and it's looking really, really strong.
Cool. Okay. I suppose we better look at XRP then.
Yeah, definitely.
Let's see what's been going on there.
Does it, if it wants to open? So XRP, so this is obviously, you guys would have got into this on Twitter and you would have listened to me way back here, because I know a lot of you were going, it's not going up, it's going down. I'm going to wait until it gets to whatever it was. I think it was 40 cents or something. And I'm like, it's not going to 40 cents. But, and so it didn't, it went to 51, which is still really a really good buy on XRP. So we didn't break the low on this. So this becomes our wave one with an extended wave two. So because we had such an extended wave two, our wave four should be fairly swift. So rule of alternation in Elliott waves says that if two is extended, four is swift. If two is swift, four is extended. So that's just kind of how it works. So we should get a fairly sort of shallow retrace with XRP here. We might even hold sort of around the $1.20 mark and then continuation up. So this is only like the first primary wave that we're in at the moment. So, you know, this pattern has a long way to go. So, you know, we have 5 waves. So this is the first primary wave. Then we'll have a bigger correction. Obviously, BTC will have that correction probably around the 50K, maybe a little bit higher. And, you know, all of our alts will pull back and then we'll continue on. So this bull run's a long way from over. It's, you know, but one step at a time. We're going to get pullbacks, obviously.
Okay. Let's do a couple more. Dent. How about with the JFK?
Okay, big current on alerts. So Dent had quite an extended sideways period. So, you know, and it broke out recently. So it's had a nice breakout like all of the alts have had. We are in very overbought region at the moment. We're just gone under that. But this is going to have a little bit more correction. Now, because we did have such an extended sideways period here, this is our low. So this is our one. We're in the third wave, in the fourth wave of the third wave. So if we put some waves on this, we can see that we've got quite a big extension here. So we should hit around up here on Dent. So about the, pull that down, so 0.14 on Dent. We're going to pull back though first, because obviously we're in a corrective structure. So if we put a wave pattern on this one, being as we had quite a shallow sideways, we are possibly going down to the 0.5. So if we do go down to the 0.5, it's going to look something like this. And then continue up. So it doesn't necessarily mean that we could have a very bullish sort of correction at this point. So at the moment, we're on the 236, which is a super bullish correction. I do anticipate that it'll drop a little bit lower before it does go. So the 382 is around the 6.2 mark, and then the 0.5 is around the 5.4 mark. So sort of between this region is a good buy zone to head up. There's quite a bit of price in that. So if you are going up there's like 124%. So, you can ladder your buys in. If you're in spot, it's a really good region to buy.
Okay. Elliot Macy's asking about VLK, which I think is Volcania. Do we have a chart for them yet? Or?
No, I don't think we do. So
no, it's definitely on our radar to get them.
Yeah. So it's very hard to chart when they're not on a big exchange.
Okay, in that case, let's do the one before that, Cardano, ADA.
So Cardano has a big launch in September. So if they can get that up, ADA is going to keep going. So, this last week when we looked at this chart, this had only moved 30 to 40%. So this week we've had such a massive run on ADA, so it's caught up basically to everything else. So it's at 116%. If you're watching the show last week, you would have seen that we had this parabolic move coming. And we had the MAs had crossed over. So this is a 4-hour chart, but on the higher time frames as well, we were getting coming in to get that cross. So, and they were coming down to pinch, and then they started to span out again, which is a good indicator that, obviously it's going up. So it's retesting the all-time high here. So we should get one more wave up and a retest. I would expect a pullback at that point. It should break through over the next little while with the news that is in the market. So overbought in this region at the moment. So, currently the RSI is on 90 on the daily. So that's just screaming and it's absolutely on fire. So do expect it to move sideways, or, have a larger pullback in this region before it does sort of retest that all-time high.
Okay, fantastic. I think that's good for now. Before we get on to BitDia, it seems like we've got a poll in the comments for whether I do a face reveal or 1-inch reveal. So I'm glad everyone's focused on the charts and what Lisa's doing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's been such a long time that you've been on the show with me, so they're probably all wondering,
Yeah,
what's going to happen.
It's getting close, that's for sure. I feel the need to.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're voting face reveal, so that says a lot. Okay, well, we will see about that. But in the meantime, in just over 3 hours, I've got the countdown here: 3 hours, 8 minutes, and 28 seconds. BitDia are.
You want to share your screen, or?
If you have that website handy.
Do I have it?
If you do, I can pop this one to you in the message. And so BitDia is with Bybit. This is going to be huge. If you go to Lisa's tweets or my tweets, Crypto Plots, you will find all the links there, everything you need. We're really excited about it. We're going to get involved, and there is also an airdrop bonus for those that invest into this of up to 40%. So it's going to be big. Lisa's been really excited about this for a while.
Yeah, so this one, 3 hours and 7 minutes. So it's on sushi miso. So if you get in with sushi, go into the, it's a Dutch auction. So have a Google what that is. RVP came into the market as a Dutch auction, and it just absolutely went crazy. So this is backed by Bybit. So Bybit putting in 2.5 bits per second of their futures trading volume. So it works out to be about $1 billion of futures trading volume of liquidity that's coming into BitDia. So it's
Huge.
going to be massive. So, for basically a DEX to come into the market with that much liquidity is huge. So, and that's why I'm so excited about this. Now, Sushi and Bybit are working together to bring this to the market. So it's not just going to be, it's not a company either. So the exciting thing about it is that, when you hold the Bit tokens, you become, governance of this. You can vote and you can do all of these things on, make decisions on what comes into the market and where, the BitDAO is going, so it's a really, really good thing for the market overall. So obviously, some of the bigger whales will control that because they will have a lot more bit than what you guys do. But overall, it's a good thing for the market. So just over 3 hours, and, we're going to be in here. Josh and I are putting 10K into it.
Wow. It's so exciting. And if you're with us in the Pay Signals group, we popped up all sorts of links and videos and to help guide you through. So if you're not in there, come along and join us, because we're one big happy family. Really exciting. Lots of cool stuff happening in the crypto world.
Yeah, but get onto that link. I'm going to post that. I've posted that link, but I'll repost the link on Twitter about this. So it's got the light paper and the white paper here, and you can read about, how the governance works. You can read about, the tokenomics. The Bybit pledge is here. So what I've just said, so this is, what they're going to be doing. So, they've got an example of how much volume will be coming in to the BitDAO. And the Sushi Swap DAO. So, they've both made a pledge to make this the most amazing DEX that they can. So, community is such a strong thing with this one, and, it's going to be massive.
It is. And it's one of those long-term holds. Because I know we're not all traders here. So if you fancy yourself as more of an investor, someone who's happy to hodl with your diamond hands, then this could well be the project for you to think seriously about. So hopefully that's given you a good range of information about what's been going on this week in the land of crypto. And we'll be excited to update you again next week.
So so already, $80 million in the treasury balance. So, they've got some really big whales that have invested in this, and it's going to be huge.
Really excited about that. So, awesome. Okay, good to see everyone. Thanks for joining us, as always.
Yeah.
Look at that, 111 watching, 111. Okay, do come and chat to us. We love to interact with you guys, so come find us on Twitter.
Don't forget to smash the like button.
Smash that like button, leave a comment.
Smash.
See you all soon.
Yeah, cool. All right.
See you later.